To begin the respiratory system, we're going to just introduce the system at this point, the major functions involved in it, and how it fits into the bigger picture of the environmental exchange unit. These are the functions of the respiratory system. Actually, only the first two are taking place within the respiratory system, and the rest is taking place outside in the rest of the body. But the respiratory system is responsible for pulmonary ventilation, which is another way of saying breathing, moving air in and out of our lungs. And then external respiration is to move the specific gases that we need into our body from that air in the lungs. And then the gases that are in our blood leave through the air in our lungs. The gases that we've exchanged into our blood from that air and that are coming to be exchanged from the blood back into the air have to be transported through the cardiovascular circulation. Internal respiration is the transfer of gases between the tissues of our body and our blood. So getting the things we need into our tissues and waste products out. And then cellular respiration is more than just a respiratory function, although it has respiration in its name. This is essentially talking about the metabolic functions that use oxygen and nutrient molecules to get energy for ATP production, and then they give off carbon dioxide and water as a waste molecule. Before we get into the respiratory system itself, I want to first talk about environmental exchange. This is a unit in the textbook, in most textbooks, that has the respiratory system, the digestive system, and the urinary system all together. And they exchange components with the environment around us and with our body to carry on various functions. And there are a couple of things that are going to be introduced in this chapter that are part of tying together all of these environmental exchange systems. The first one is cellular respiration, which I was just introducing. This reaction, C6H12O6 plus 6O2 yields 6CO2 plus 6H2O, is the reaction of cellular respiration. What it basically means is a glucose molecule in the presence of oxygen is completely broken down into carbon dioxide and water. There are 6 carbon atoms in glucose and 6 carbon dioxide molecules are released. Now, this reaction by itself is very exothermic and essentially is the combustion reaction that you see burning wood or something like that. In our bodies, we break this down into probably a couple or few dozen different chemical reactions to control the energy release, harness it, and use it to make ATP molecules. So for this chapter, we're looking at how oxygen gets in and carbon dioxide gets out of the body. In the next chapter, for the digestive system, we'll consider how we get nutrient molecules like glucose, and in the urinary system we'll look at how we get rid of excess water. Then the other thing that ties this section together is the carbonic acid reactions. Carbon dioxide and water, which we just saw were waste products of cellular respiration, regardless of where they exactly come from, can combine to make a molecule called carbonic acid, H2CO3. An enzyme called carbonic anhydrase is responsible for catalyzing that reaction. And then an acid, by definition, in solution, will dissociate into the hydrogen ion, H+, and then in this case, the rest of the molecule is the bicarbonate ion, HCO3-. We'll see that reaction, those two reactions, quite a bit in this whole unit. It's another thing that ties all of the environmental exchange chapters together. Consider this question. When you feel that you've reached an answer, hit the next button to go into the next slide, which will reveal the correct answer. The exchange of gases between the air we breathe in and the blood is external respiration. Oxygen moves from the air we breathe in into the blood, and carbon dioxide moves from the blood into the air we're going to exhale.